Welcome to Witcher 3, Episode 3. In today's episode, we're going to get our search on for Dandelion. And where we left off last time was that we were going to the Rosemary and Thyme to try and find him. So we went to see the Dreamer, if you recall. And she told us that Dandelion had inherited the Rosemary and Thyme. It was gifted to him, betrothed, whatever. Anyway, so we're going to the Rosemary and Thyme to find out what our next steps are to try to find Dandelion. And of course, lots of violence.
Rip your fucking legs off and shove them up your arse till you've toes for teeth. Geralt, in the nick of time, as always.
Zoltan, with your boot to someone's ass, as always. Who were those men?
Local colour. I wasn't going more than a moment. Long enough for them to turn our home into theirs. All right, time for some spring cleaning. I've got to boot them all out. Care to join me?
Sure. Death, dismemberment. Geralt's on board.
Mistake.
You know, he's the fighting champion of Velen now, so his reputation should have preceded him, but it didn't, obviously, because these guys are kind of worthless.
Leg it! Told you this place was... I'm pleased. That went well. Now we can greet each other like the gods ordained. Ages, pal.
Hey, Zoltan. You look good.
Training plenty lately. What with the war on, no Mahakaman meat to be found, but Redanian lagers standing in just fine. You, though, you've withered a bit. Something worrying you?
It's about Ciri. I know she came to Novigrad. Might still be here.
You mean she's come back? I'll be damned. I wonder if I'd recognize her. How many years is it now? 6, 7? But what'd she be doing here?
Hiding, probably. She might be in danger.
See her in your dreams?
Couple times. Her and the Wild Hunt.
Oh, not good.
Not at all, but I know she came here and contacted Dandelion.
We've a wee problem then.
Where's Dandelion?
I'd like to know that myself. Maybe he could explain what the hell's going on. I just barely returned, as you saw. Expecting to come home to a hot leg of boar and some cold ale. What do you find instead? A shite storm. Dandelion gone, the tavern chock full of bums. Haven't a clue what happened.
Let's look around. Might find something that'll put us on his trail.
Prime idea. I say we start on the ground floor. It's where he sat and wrote.
Alright, so let's look around using our Witcher sense. And we'll loot a little bit, maybe. Ah, this looks like something here. There we go.
10 barrels of Toussaint Dry. 5 cases of sodden triple mead. Nothing here.
No. That's exactly what we're looking for. It's his planner.
Dandelion and planning? Good one. Besides, anything he wrote here probably had a special system. Chaos only he could ever decipher. Actually, in the past, sometimes not even that.
Give him a chance. Might not be that bad. Seems when he inherited this fine establishment, it came with some fine responsibilities. Bookkeeping among them. He also made a habit of noting down the times of his meetings, official and private. So, who'd he been seeing of late? Ah, here it is. Seems he's only been meeting women of late, the dog.
Not a bad idea. Dandelion's pretty loose-lipped. Might have blabbed something to a lady friend that'll put us on his trail.
That's what I'm counting on. We should divide these somehow. Perhaps... fuck it. I'll ask the lassies in my half, you interrogate the ones in yours. Such a...
Zoltan
Sure,
waits.
I got nothing better to
It's
do.
in verse.
And you figure that's unnatural because...
Wonderful. Meet me back here when you're done. Share our findings.
Right you are. Need to do a wee bit of tidying before I go. Cannot stomach the idea of coming back to this mess. And you'd be wise to read your bit before you scurry off. If you need anything, I'll be next door.
Alright, so we got to go talk to a lot of people, a lot of women. And hear them talk about how great Dandelion was, or how horrible Dandelion was. How he was a
I will give
cad.
every last copper. With interest. Give me a week, please.
Horson's no banker. He's an honest man. You pay on time, you get protection. You don't pay...
Help!
What you hollering for, stupid wench? What you hoping for? A knight in shining armour?
Close enough.
Keep out of this, greyhead, not your concern.
Yeah.
Vespula's got someone
I
else's
ain't paying these
protection
guys
now.
shit.
Really? Who's that be?
Mine. Offered her a better rate.
All right. So, let's see if you're a good bargain or just cheap shit.
I think there's your answer. Let's torch these assholes. Why pay them, right? Just torch them.
Covered in blood, all of it. So much work for naught.
No need to thank me. It was nothing.
Sorry. Don't get me wrong, I'm grateful, but everything I had, I just lost.
Thanks to you, Geralt. But it was fun
Relax.
to torch those guys.
Come out in the wash.
Of course it will. Just gotta soak it in white vinegar, but that's not my point. Junior shan't forgive me. Either I'll close up shop myself or he'll burn me down.
Sorry. Didn't think about that.
A woman's lot. Men have
No,
their
you
fun and
usually
we're stuck with
don't.
a mess. Oh well, I suppose I must move to Oxenfurt. Professors need clean undergarments too.
Don't know if you remember. We've met.
I don't... Wait, I know you. You're that witcher I near clobbered with a vase when... Well,
When you kicked Dandelion out. Through the balcony. Actually, he's the reason I'm here. Know where he is?
probably out whoring. That horse pheasant. That lying scoundrel.
Ouch.
See,
What do you do
a
to
lot of
work
people,
out?
they think,
Same
you know,
thing as that.
Dandelion's,
Prize
you know, he's a nice
bullshit.
enough
Came
guy.
back
He's
saying it was
got
too
fun,
dead to
happy-go-lucky.
impart this time.
He's a
Really?
real shit. I
No
mean, when
more
you
than a
look
week
at him,
passed
you
before
know,
I spotted him in Harbourside, strolling with
he
some
just dumps on
troll
all
up
these
his arm.
women. I mean, it's, you know,
Tis the
everything like,
last
you
straw.
know,
All those
everybody
questions
who's
about the
against, you know,
washerwomen in
the
bathhouse,
patriarchy and all
and
the other
this.
crap, you know,
I
that they,
beat him black and blue and
this
threw
is
him
this is
out of here.
Dandelion, you know. He just dresses it up really well.
This woman he was with in the harbor. Who was she?
Claimed she was his niece from Kovir. Ha! Horvir, more likely.
Horvir. I
Corset
like that.
so
I like
tight
the
her eyes were
pun.
popping out her head. His too, come to think of it. An artist or a whore. Doesn't much matter as they're one in the same.
Dandelion ask you about other washerwomen? Not terribly subtle even for him.
Maybe he likes some sudsy.
Maybe. But what did he ask about, exactly?
Oh, this and that, really. What's it like at the bathhouse? Have I got any friends there? What are their working hours? I don't know. Maybe he's looking to hire one for his tavern. Maybe I got all in a huff for no reason.
No, you had good
Thanks for your
reason.
help. Listen, when I find Dandelion, anything I should tell him?
No. I mean, tell him he's a two-faced snake, but it would be nice if he dropped by.
Yeah, but you leave the town, so that's kind of pointless. Alright, and this is number 2.
Welcome. Do come in.
I'm a friend of Dandelion's, looking for Elial.
You've come to the right spot. How might I be of service? Need something shortened? Patch your trousers, darn your socks.
You Elial?
Yes. Now pick your jaw up off the floor.
Sorry, I thought Elial was one of Dandelion's girlfriends.
Oh, so it's that. Wait here.
Okay, so you could just tell him. But now Geralt's got to wait for you to get dressed and all made up. Geralt, do you ever tell anybody, look, I'm kind of in a hurry. I can get the visual myself. You really don't have to do this.
Elial.
Did you and Dandelion... how did you two meet?
I met him one night in a tavern. He was blind drunk.
Don't think I want to know what happened next.
Oh, stop. He wasn't so drunk as not to figure it out. Besides, men don't interest me. I told him that from the start. Luckily, Dandelion's an open-minded fellow. We had a lovely evening. He became a loyal customer afterwards.
Dandelion visit your shop often?
I tried many times to talk him into a decent doublet. Sadly, he'd only come in to get a button reaffixed or a hole patched.
When did you last see him?
Some time ago. He brought in one of Zoltan's jerkins, insisted I sew on an extra pocket. Odd as requests go, I had the distinct feeling he'd actually come to talk.
What did you and Dandelion talk about? He asked about anything in particular?
Let me think. Had an ordinary chat, really. Although, indeed, he did keep asking about Kalkstein. If Dandelion and I hadn't laid our cards on the table at the start, I might have suspected he had a history with the alchemist. He spoke like a lovesick beau. In fact, he desperately wished to meet with him.
Kalkstein's in Novigrad? Wouldn't mind seeing him myself.
You're too late, I fear. The witch hunters nabbed him recently, burned him at the stake in Hierarch Square. But as he perished, the goings-on impressive. Fiery beasts circled his pyre, then rose into the sky and exploded to form letters.
Really? What did they spell?
Radovid sucks flaccid cock.
Thanks for your help.
Yeah, I didn't need to find out why he dresses that way. It's like, you be you.
If you need new trousers or a vest, you know where to find me.
That's 2. And now we're off to find the Mirabella, the school teacher.
Take care of yourself.
Excuse me. I'm looking for Mirabella.
I am she. Wait outside. Class is in session.
Yeah, be nice. There's kids in the room. You know,
I'll wait.
You waited for the last
It
one to
won't
get
take
changed, so you can wait for the kids to,
It turns out,
you know, finish their education.
In the circus,
Why not?
because he can
A
swallow
rat
salt.
bit him,
Can you?
and he's caught a fever.
Where'd he get bit?
It hurt him much.
Will he die?
You don't die from rats, stupid.
Yes, you do. Just the other day I saw a witch hunter tell a man, "You rat," and then he killed him.
Liar. That's enough. We're done for the day. Gather your things and go home.
You're grey like
Wonder
my
if the
grandma.
rat catcher will get well. Like as not.
How do you know?
Mum says that if he but catches a cough, he's as good as in the grave.
Now can we talk?
Yes. What do you want?
I know you saw Dandelion recently.
Oh, yes. Longest afternoon of my life.
He read you his poems.
No. We peruse the illustrated guide to fun.
That's a good little dig there, Geralt.
Maybe. No. Won't even
I
try
like that
to
one.
guess why he wanted to do
Yeah,
that.
so Mirabella, she
Oh,
didn't put up with his
that was
shit.
his
She just,
interest.
you know, she didn't care for
When
the
his hand
guy. She
abandoned my
could
need
kind
to
of see
punch the
through him.
figure of penicillium, I knew the fire between us had died. Permanently.
Now can we talk?
Yes. What do you want?
I know you saw Dandelion recently.
What do you want?
See Dandelion after the fungus incident?
No. I even considered granting him another chance. His heart of hearts is pure gold. He simply needs a bit more discipline in his life. But he never came back to see me. So I thought if it's done, it's done.
Okay.
Thanks for your help.
And on that note, I'm done. So, yeah. Good luck. Have fun with the kids. Ooh, level 13.
My dad doesn't like elves very much. Ow! Are you an elf? Excuse me.
Some mysterious murders happening in some
Now we're looking for Molly.
Has got the imagination of a drunk troubadour.
This Baronet's La Vallette's villa.
Shouldn't interest you. The Baroness don't mingle with just anyone.
Don't worry. I'm here to see your chambermaid, Molly.
Out of the way. Baroness is riding out. Be gone.
Geralt of Rivia at my doorstep? Surely this is no chance encounter?
Greetings, Baroness. Greetings, General. You're right. I'm here for a reason.
There's no mistaking you. But for etiquette's sake, Mary Louisa La Valette, an Imperial General and a Witcher meet, and know each other. Surprising.
We've met before.
And how? Imagine this, Louisa. The Emperor desired a chat with the Witcher. I, too, was fortunate enough to meet him then.
So Geralt of Rivia now works for Emperor Emir. Interesting. Has Var Emry sent you to rid Novigrad of monsters?
Looking for a girl named Molly. Heard she works here.
My maidservant. I'm afraid she's currently at the home of my dear friend Patricia Vegelbud.
Perhaps
Vegelbud.
Geralt could accompany us. He could speak with Molly at the races.
Is that something you'd consider, Witcher? Care to partake of some sophisticated diversion?
So usually when this happens, I always tell, I always say, well, I'll meet you there,
Molly'll be
type
there.
thing, so you can
Oh, no,
prepare or
wait.
do whatever you have to do. This one, if you go to the Vegelbuds and you go on your own, it's a hell of a journey. I mean, it takes a little while, so it's best just to go with them and get it over with. And you can go back, and then eventually you can fast travel and all that if you do the fast travel thing. But the journey out there, if you're just riding, it's kind of a pain. So go with them. Say you pop in here, you're right at the estate, at the races.
We've arrived.
My father owned a similar estate in Bruges. As a young girl, I'd travel there often to ride.
Shall we look at the horses? Do you like horses, Geralt?
I guess so. Called every horse I've had Roach.
The grey mare is Cantarella, sired by Cahir, the champion from Vol.
As far as horses are concerned,
Gray's a
Geralt
nice
cares
color.
more about function than
Horses
form. He
too.
doesn't really care about all this. Just,
My coin's on the Black
a
Stallion, Nemrod,
sturdy
purest
horse
Nilfgaardian
that's going to get him
stock.
where he needs to go.
Surprised he didn't salute you, General. Is Molly a horse?
But yeah, Geralt's there to talk to Molly. He doesn't care about
I did come here to see Molly, after all.
any of this
Patience,
nonsense.
Witcher. She ought to arrive soon. I asked Molly to join us as soon as she was done with her chores. She shouldn't be long now.
All depends what you asked her to do, milady. But I don't really have a
Damn,
choice.
Geralt, a little cranky.
Know anything about the chestnut or the bay?
The chestnut is Thunderbolt, a pure-blood Britannian, gallant steed, but too headstrong for my taste, difficult to control. And the bay hails from Zerrikania. Lord de Volte acquired him recently. I know little about him, though Zerrikanians are reputed to have incredible stamina.
So one's fast and one's got stamina.
Seem to know your horses.
No is not the word. Morvran's a true expert.
I find them to be far more honest than men. Must say, I'm curious how you manage in the saddle, Witcher.
Mostly just try to stay in it.
What would you say to a little race?
No
Not what
interest.
I came here for.
Don't make me beg, Witcher. Tell you what, win, and I shall give you my finest saddle. Made in Nilfgaard proper of beautifully tanned leather.
I'll pass.
I'd rather
I know I should go after those kind of things, but I've done the racing before, and I really suck at it. So,
The Baroness and I will place our wagers.
plus the fact I don't want to let myself get distracted from the main story, or we'll be doing these videos until 2025. But I'm trying to stick mainly to the storyline, the main story. You know, I never understood, like, you know, my wife plays and she likes playing Gwent and all that. And I never understood that, because for me it's like, okay, your mission is to get Ciri, and here you are, you're playing Gwent, and you know, so anyway, to each their own.
I'm Molly, my lord. Wish to see me?
Call me Geralt.
Geralt! That Geralt! The one Dandelion's rescued time and time again!
That's right. Except it's the other way around. I'm always saving him.
Mean to say it weren't Dandelion saved you in Flotsam by severing your noose with an arrow from 100 paces?
What? Dandelion couldn't... Never mind. Any idea where our master archer might be at the moment?
No. Sadly, I haven't got a clue. We've not seen each other in ages. The Baroness don't approve of our acquaintance. Says Dandelion's a good-for-nothing layabout. Can you imagine?
Well, the Baroness would be correct.
But... or maybe his sister could help you. Such a nice girl.
Any chance you remember your last conversation with Dandelion?
Course. He came to borrow some coin for a barge.
What? Why do you need a barge?
To take me on a romantic cruise of the canals by the light of the moon. Said there'd be strawberries and that wine with the bubbles, and he'd sing me arias. But
yeah, you're not too bright, are you?
You do realize Dandelion doesn't have a sister?
Sure he does. Saw him himself. Funny, she don't look like him at all. Blonde, for starters. Maybe they've different fathers.
Mm-hmm. Different mothers, too.
Maybe. But you could see he cares for her. Looks after her. The way he carried her packages and...
Know where I can find her, Dandelion's sister?
I know. Whenever I asked Dandelion when we'd visit her, he'd grow all quiet and then change the subject.
Okay, that was a waste of like 4 hours.
Wait, before you go, I've got a request. Dandelion told me once he'd show me his etchings, but he never did. I'd so like to see them.
Won't be too hard to convince him. He loves showing off those etchings to anyone he can.
Oh, that's wonderful! Thanks, and good luck to you on your search.
Okay there, Miss Naive. No, it's not going to be made easy. You got to walk around, Geralt.
Nothing hurts as much as life.
Alright, so now we got to go back to town. So hopefully we can get these two to take us.
Ah, Geralt, there you are.
Okay.
Shall we return together?
Yes.
Gladly. It's a long way to Novigrad. Road ought to seem shorter with some company.
I'd say the same. Well then, let's go. And here we are. Thank you for your company.
Likewise. See ya.
Alright, so now we need to talk to Rosa. And she lives in another posh area of town.
What, did you catch him?
No luck. Right. What do you want?
Want to see Rosa var Atra?
Oh, mate, if you only knew what I want. Miss Rosa don't see just anybody.
I'm Geralt of Rivia, a witcher.
Soon as Miss Rosa turns into a striker, I'm sure her papa will send for you. But she's not showing any symptoms yet, so I venture you're not needed. On your way now.
Right, asshole. Alright, so we got to break in. So if you go around back... Oh, that was quick. If you go around back, you can climb up the wall.
Answer this instant
up the
or I'll
rocks.
summon the guards.
Sorry to sneak in, miss. I'm Geralt, a friend of the bard Dandelion.
Geralt of Rivia? The famed witcher of the ballads?
What are you doing here, vagrant? How'd you get in? I let no one in the front, my lady. I swear it on the great sun.
Not a word. I'll handle this. Hold your tongue, sir. This is Frederick Francis de Bergerac, my new swordplay instructor, correct? Show him to the training room. I shall join him shortly.
But my lady's a witcher. Said so himself back by the gates.
Captain, do you truly believe Rosa var Atra would train with random clods calling themselves swordmasters? No. The var Atras demand the very best. Thus, we've hired a witcher. Take him to the training room, now.
As you say, miss. Won't you realise what you've got yourself into?
Hope so too.
Miss Rosa's got a downright beastly temper. Shows no mercy once she grips a sword.
Hey, you really think that's going to concern Geralt?
Grab a wooden one. And take care not to hurt the little miss. You'll learn the ambassadors are. Follow me.
You're my new instructor. Well, well, Papa clearly went out of his way this time. Wood, to start with. I must know your worth.
Alright. Let's see what we can do with a wooden sword. Slap her around a little bit. Nope.
Why bother with two swords when you can barely handle one? Damn it!
You get tired of getting hit upside the head with a wooden sword.
Much better than the last one.
I'm not actually your swordplay instructor.
Really? Then who are you? And how on earth did you get in?
I'm a witcher. I'm looking for...
A witcher? That's splendid. I always wanted to meet a witcher. This is so exciting.
Incredibly. But we ought to discuss that another time. Came to ask about your rhetoric tutor, Dandelion.
Rhetoric tutor? Good one. That is why Papa hired him, but not at all what the bard had in mind. He mostly played his lute and sang for us. I believe he thought he was wooing.
Mean he wasn't? But you had some sort of relationship?
If you call him chasing after me a relationship. Even so, there was nothing between us. Seems my sisters had a bit of fun at our expense. But enough chatter.
So another one where, so it looks like the only one that really liked him was the first one, the washer lady. She's the one that wanted him to come back and all, but the teacher really wanted to have nothing else to do with him. These two with the sisters and all, they're just, you know, they're screwing around with whatever because they're bored. And then the tailor, there's nothing there. So, yeah, Dandelion was kind of striking out everywhere. But he did get someone leaving the bar, which is pretty good, right?
2 swords when you can barely handle one.
That's not bad.
Well, if you're not an instructor, you should certainly be one. Fancy giving me a few private lessons?
Can't rightly refuse a request from a lady.
What are you two lovebirds whispering about? You asked about my relationship with Dandelion? Well, here's the mix-up's mastermind. Edna Va Atra, the greatest mischief maker north or south of the Yaruga.
Wait a minute. Mean to say Dandelion mixed you two up?
On occasion, yes. But then Rosa would quickly set him straight. If you'd shut your catty mouth for a moment, dear little sister, I could explain. Edna sent Dandelion some love letters. She signed my name. Conceited as he is, naturally he fell for it. I was left to repel the aging bard's advances. Rosa, I had the best of intentions, you know that. I felt you needed help taking the first step. You blushed every time he sang a ballad. He'll next sing at your funeral if you don't stop it right now.
Quiet.
Ooh, now that's a mentor.
As Geralt stepping in and getting involved.
Perhaps it's time I took up swordplay.
Listen, I just want to know one thing. Either of you seen Dandelion lately?
Edna might have. I certainly have not. My dear sister, I would never spend time alone with a man for whom you burn with a secret passion. Burn with passion? For one who incessantly praises another woman's talents? Afraid I've more sense than that.
Dandelion act any different lately? Notice anything strange?
Strange? Not really. It's no use, Geralt. She's so enamored she'd hardly notice if he turned into a werewolf. Edna! What? You needn't pretend he followed convention. Remember when he took us to the cemetery?
Rhetoric lessons in a cemetery. Unusual even for Dandelion.
We set out to visit the graves of celebrated Oxenford professors. He ended up quizzing us about Margrave Henkel.
Who?
Eccentric old coot. Died recently. He'd apparently been an important and generous patron of the arts as a young man.
Who'd Dandelion sing about? Know anything about her?
I believe she's a poetess, or trebaritz. Very skilled and exceptionally talented, of course.
This woman. Not a local, right?
I seem to remember him praising her melodious Kaviri accent. Makes sense. He referred to her as Calonetta a few times. Bizarre names are common in Kavir.
Gotta ask Zoltan about this Calonetta.
There you go. Now we know where we're going next.
What are 2 young Nilfgaardian aristocrats doing in Novigrad?
Dying of boredom. Papa's a diplomat. He also has many business dealings in Novigrad. He's a member of the Trade Corporation.
They're like the Bush sisters, aren't they? It's a Jenna and who's the other one?
And so in Novigrad, the
but that's
task fell to the poet Dandelion.
They actually look like them when they were younger.
Betrothed. Edna!
Been a pleasure, but I've got stuff to take care of.
Exceedingly nice to meet you. Please come again. Well, can I expect any more lessons in future?
Awfully convincing, miss. Wonder where you learned it.
See, Geralt thinks he's gonna get laid.
How's here tomorrow? Same
It's
time
like,
as
go
today.
through this charade one more time.
See you, Master Witcher.
And maybe his sister will come along. Yeah, Geralt. It ain't gonna happen, bud. Sorry. Hate to foreshadow here, but yeah. Alright, so Geralt's back. Head back to the tavern.
That slander to my face?
But, you know, this asshole is screaming from, whatever, the town square.
A useless relic of a bygone age that should be burned like a withered branch.
Damn. Guy's harsh.
How many people's lives have you saved? From Bruxay? From Leshens?
That has no bearing.
Asked you a question. How many? There's something to think about, folks.
Preacher's fierce in the mouth, but holler at him and his tail slinks between his legs. Come on, people.
They turned on you pretty quick.
Like a miller's son.
Got right cabbage last night. Head feels like it.
Monsieur Zoltan, you old bum. What's this? Haven't even drunk her water. Ah, you're back. You met Poppy? She ought to start talking any day now.
Zoltan, venture to say a mage would have trouble turning that owl into a parrot.
Sure you know me that well? Mark my words, she'll be playing Gwent with us in no time. But we were to talk about Dandelion. So, how'd you do? Learn much?
Women on my list hadn't seen Dandelion in a while. All claimed he had been acting strange. Also mentioned he'd been seeing someone else. Thing is, Mystery Woman wasn't on my list.
What's she supposedly like, this lass?
Blonde, from Kovir. A Troberitz, apparently, named Kalinetta or something like that.
That makes it clear as crystal. It's Priscilla. Aye. Must be her.
Who's this Priscilla?
A Troberitz, like you said. Quite popular of late. Picture Dandelion with a pair of tits and you've got the general idea.
Interesting image. So how'd Dandelion handle meeting his female double?
I think he fell in love.
Alright, so it looks like we have to go see Kalinella.
She's his match, all right.
That's going to be the next
Laddie's head's on
episode.
fire. Lassie's got him whirling.
All right. Guess we gotta talk to her.
Yeah,
Priscilla
see?
works with a mummer.
So we actually got a lot coming up,
Rain out
a
and the
lot
fox.
more action coming up.
Over there in town, she performs nightly at the Kingfisher.
Mean we've been sentenced to an evening
I'll,
of poetry?
go find Dandelion and we'll get moving forward here. So hope you're enjoying the videos and tune in next time for Witcher 3.